Sacred Ravens Tarot Vision. My name is Jamie. I'm your soul work intuitive, spiritual mentor, certified life purpose career coach. Good morning. How are you? So, for the last few hours, as I often do, was reflecting and meditating on some things, watching the world, and just kind of observing and thinking about where we're all at. We've just entered this new year. It's already 2020. There's a lot of people searching for something more for themselves, for their families, for their lives. Many of them, of you, probably feel like, how did I get here? How did I get here? And if you're not careful, you can get really depressed. You can get really down, especially if you had suffered long, if things just hadn't gone right for you, if you had made all kinds of mistakes. Which, although it's never the most fun while it's happening, you never really do make a mistake. There's always something valuable that you can take with you. So I just spent the last few hours just meditating on that and watching the news, which you just see so many unhappy people who are lost and they don't know what to do. They have yet to have found themselves. They don't know where they're going to take their lives. They're uninspired. They're unhappy. They're living through the motions every day. It's the same. It's Groundhog's Day every day. It's hard to get motivated. They're just barely making it. They probably lack love in their lives. People seem to not know not only who they are, but what their values even are. And it just goes on. So I was thinking about that tonight. And I thought I'd come on and do just an energy update and see what the cards have to say, what you all have to think about, what you have to say about where you're at so far, what you are hoping to see yourself for yourself this year, what you are hoping to accomplish, whether or not you have love in your life. And if you do, what's going wrong with it? Why is it so wrong? Why is it so wrong? Why can't you get it right? Why can't it just be right? And others of you are stuck. You're stuck in terrible situations. Emotionally dependent, financially dependent on somebody else, many of you. Stuck in a living situation you hate every day and can't get out. Others of you are going back and forth in your minds. Should I or shouldn't I? I don't want to be here, but I don't know how to get out of it. There's no one to help me. There's nobody that wants to help me. The few people I do know that could, if they wanted to, won't because they're too selfish or they have their own things going. There's a lot. And I keep hearing a lot of the stories too, working with people just one on one. And the number one thing most people just really want, they just want, they want love. They want to have somebody who understands them. They want to come home after work or after school, whatever the case is, and to a nice, comfy, warm, cozy fortress that is safe away from the insane world. And they want to cuddle up to somebody that knows them through and through and will listen to them fully and be in the moment with them and tell them it's going to be all right, that they have their back, that life isn't going to be like that for very long, that life will be sweeter. That's what they want. So, having said that, let's take a look at what the cards have to say. See if Spirit has any messages to inspire us this morning, or at least give us something nice to think about, something sweet to meditate on, because we have 1,001 things that are harsh, that are running through our minds constantly. That monkey mind that never shuts the F up. The torture we can put ourselves through. Jeez. So I'm going to start. Let's start with the Queen of the Moon. Then we can get at least a theme going. I've got them right here. This Queen of the Moon. Love it. I've got all my information in this on the side in the chat box if you want to look there. I'm doing free oracles tonight too, or this morning, for those of you that wish to have one. So let's begin with Queen of the Moon. So unlike usually, I'm just going to go straight into it. Let's see. Going to light. Candle and a little bit of Palo Santo. Okay. Clear our energy. I've got my baby. She's laying on the bed with me. Miss Avia. Fluffy white kitty with the rose quartz. She's got her little rose quartz necklace on. Precious. Okay. Myself. Over my crown. For you. Okay. My loves. Let's get into it. Whew. All right. Okay. Now, what's sad is I know a lot of you had it for certain that you were going to make some changes by this time. Unfortunately, for the last 2 full moons, when you made those decisions to have those goals accomplished, they kind of tanked. What happened? Well, we're going to find out, I'm sure. There's people going back and forth. And it's like I said, people are just tired. They're tired with the status quo. They're tired with the same old, same old. It's more than tired. It's a struggle to make it through the days. People are having serious dark nights of the soul, serious spiritual depression, feeling loss, discernment. You really got to dig. I know there's many of you are still up in the air. You're scared to make this decision that you have to make, because it depends. It's life or death, really. If you can't begin to understand the severity of the situation you're in and where it's going to take you, how are you going to be able to see anything? You must use your critical mind and your intuition together. Okay, that's called discerning. Discernment. What are you going to do? Because you have little time left. They call it poquito, a little bit. Okay. Good morning, loves. If this is your first time here, my name is Jamie. Jamie Jacobson, son of Jacob, the supplanter, one who replaces. That's what my name Jamie means, derivative of James, one who supplants, the replacer. Although I don't know who I'm replacing. By all means, please, for sure, like the video. You know how YouTube is. Get YouTube to put the video through for others who may want to join us live. All right. Oh, we got discernment and wisdom. What'd I tell you? Number 1, this is a 10 here, so you're teeter-tottering. You're on one end, about to close out and start a whole new cycle in this next month, which makes sense because we're going into spring, right? Wisdom. Master number 22. You've probably been seeing 22 or 4s a lot. In fact, I say that, I look down, it's 422 over here. 422. Wow. Yeah, wisdom. You have gained a lot of it with your experiences, especially those of you who have been on this, called a spiritual quest, spiritual awakening journey, all right? Maybe even existential crisis. They're both 2 sides of the same. It's going to take wisdom, honey. It's going to take wisdom and discernment to see your way through this. You can dig and search for answers everywhere outside, right? In books, with our teachers, our coaches. I know I got one. But it it really starts and lands with you. You know what's best for you. You might have to remove yourself and step back if you're too close to a situation. It's too hard to see it clearly. It's sometimes it's one of those things where hindsight is 2020. You just simply need a few days away. If you can at all, find time where you can break away for a little bit, away from the norm, away from your normal group of people. My suggestion to you, Spirit's suggestion to you, so that you can discern and get that available wisdom that you have hidden away. There's a message for you, but you're unable to hear it. There's too much noise. There's, remember those commercials, Calgon, Take Me Away? Didn't have the mom freaking out. She's super stressed out. Everything's going on around her, and she disappears with this Calgon in the tub. It's a lot like that. It's a lot like that, where it feels like at any moment it could, like dominoes, it could all come crashing down. Like you're juggling 12 plates and you're hoping for them to stay spinning. But you can't do it, my love. You can't keep playing that game. And there's people, some of you have some people in your life that are destructive, that are not good for you. Not good for you. And I know you probably love them with your whole heart. But remember what Tina Turner said? What's love got to do with it? If you aren't getting the same love back, and every day is a struggle, reciprocity isn't there, then why are you with that person? Because they're keeping you from your own greatness. They're keeping you from what could really be a beautiful life. And you might be keeping yourself from that. Discernment and wisdom. Use it. Use it. Ooh. I spit out real quick. Is that the only one? Yeah. Beauty. Number one, you're a beautiful person. A beautiful person. You might not even know it. You probably don't get told often. As often as you need to hear it. Self-love is not an easy thing. And then you hear them talk about it all the time. It's one of those trendy words, the self-love thing, the self-care. But to get to the substance of it, you do need to take care of yourself. You do need to love yourself. You can't be all up here and neglect your body temple. That's where your spirit is housed, in your body. And the stuff that you put in your mind, the stuff you say to you in your mind, affects your body in big ways. A lot of you aren't drinking enough water. You are having too much caffeine, which is causing you to lose sleep and your anxiety to go through the roof. It's already an anxious time. Everybody's highly anxious because the stress just keeps piling on. But let's not add to it, you know. But let's remember just how beautiful we actually are and the beauty around us. Every day there's so many opportunities to look at it. Take notice of it. And the world is set up in such a way that we can go all day long and we miss the beauty and the magic that's everywhere. Everywhere. But you'll never notice it because of where we live, how we live. Television is always on. The radio's always going, or we're always on a computer, working, looking at our phone. Really need to make time in where it is natural. You're an organic being. You need to be among the natural surroundings, even just a little bit every day. We're hit and bombarded with electromagnetic, static radiation, electronic activity all day long. That throws the system off. Our energetic systems are very sensitive. It causes a dissonance, and it can affect the way you think and see things. It can affect the way you sleep. Get back to yourself. Who were you? Who were you before all the shit went down? Who were you before the relationship? Before the horrifying job? Before the bad friends? Who were you? There's this thing, there's this question people keep asking, I want to know what my purpose is. They're lost, right? I think you just need to let's just start out courting yourself a little bit. Take yourself out on dates. Get to know who you are, what you like. Maybe the things you thought you liked, you really don't. You just thought you did because your boyfriend does, or your girlfriend does, or your mom loved it, so now you love it. Or your friends love this thing, and so now you do. Or you thought you did, right? But you really don't. If you thought about it, you might even hate it. Who are you? I think it's time. It's time you sit yourself down and go on a little discovery, a little spiritual journey, a little quest for yourself. Make it fun. Does it need to be so serious? It doesn't. Who said that's what spirituality looks like? It's got to be this, so serious thing. I beg to differ. To be spiritual, it means to be full of spirit, enthusiastic, passionate, happy, and especially creative. So who said that you had to go and do all these serious things and do all this yoga and all this? No, that's not what it's about. That's just wellness. That's just science. It has nothing to do with the spirit. It's time to get to know your beauty and where it comes from, who you are. Court yourself for about a year. Get rid of that person who's been treating you like shit for years, that you gave one too many chances to. You believed in them, so you tried and you tried and you tried. You gave them another chance, another chance, another chance, and they failed you every time. And all that opportunity was wasted, and it could have went on you. It's time to believe in you now. If you don't, who is? Ooh. Hey, G, baby G. Katrina. Tanya, hi. Ladyback Dre, good morning. Good morning. My question, I want to know, how does my boyfriend or my friend Roni feel me right now? Okay, Ladyback Dre, I put all the information, I put all my information at the top. You can see it. If you look up, you can see I put the kinds of readings you can have. I actually do pre-recorded podcast readings, and I send you a private link. You can get one of those. Very inexpensive, you know. I've got a $5 2-card reading, and you get a free oracle. It's really nice, really good. 30 minutes reading. I have that. 2 questions, 30 minutes, pre-recorded. I send you the link. It's 2222. Gotta have the angel numbers. I put in the Celtic cross because we did it for a week. It was successful. So there it is, 1111. You can also get it pre-recorded, and I'll send you the link. Yeah, and I think that's it there. Oh, 777. You can do that also. It's a 5-card with free oracles. So that's 6 cards altogether. It's excellent. It's for 777. Pretty amazing, huh? So that's, I got those there. You did, Katrina. I've been on a lot. This is very early for me to be on. My son is grown up, and my daughter, she passed away at birth in 2013. Let me turn this down a little bit. Yeah, so my children, my son is grown, and my daughter passed away. So it's just me and the old man for as long as that goes. This is what we've got here. Card number 40. 40. 40 is a number of higher education, higher learning, and in this case, learning from spirit. Look at that. Right now, it's hard to see the future. There's a lot of darkness going on all around us, right? And it's for our own lives. It may be close to us. It could be that you have somebody in your life at the moment that is fighting a battle, fighting a serious battle. And it's a dark one. And could have brought a lot of darkness into your own life. And it's hard to see a picture of the future. You can only see what's in front of you, right? And not exactly what's ahead of you. You're going to have to take this thing one day at a time. One day at a time. Have an outline. Have a sense of direction for your life. But don't go too far out, And don't get so enthralled in it and wrapped up in these goals that you forget the whole point in the first place, which is living. The Spirit is saying, the light is only going to be shown to you as far as your path, little bits at a time, and to take your time. There is no rush, but live in the meantime. Live, okay? This is going to keep you more in the moment. But what's even bigger, spiritually, start looking on purpose, searching for the beauty in things rather than seeing the darkness or the dark side of things. That includes you, right? Like I said, 40, higher learning, higher education, metaphysical education, the life journey, prayer, information through prayer. You're going to gain a lot of wisdom through discernment. Self-reflection is going to be highly important. And there's a masculine in your life, or this could be you, okay, the masculine within you. It really needs it. You say that shows them. Hi, Tiki. HHH. I feel I have to be here now. I appreciate for what you do, and your energy is beautiful, and music is beautiful in the back. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. I needed to think. Which I did for the last few hours on some topics in particular, stuff that's going on in my own life. And then I was thinking about you guys. I think we just need a refreshment. We need to feel refreshed. We need to be inspired a little bit. We need to not be so serious for a little while. I just had this feeling like, our getting close to God or getting spirit in our life does not need to be this serious thing, this crazy and difficult thing. It just needs to be simple and light, and a matter of just really starting out by getting to know you through your connection to spirit, through your connection to God, getting to know who you are and how you've changed. You may be living off of an idea of yourself that is just not you. It's outdated. You're not even sure why you're living the way you are, or why you're working the place where you're working, or why you took the subject you did in class and why you're still doing it. Or there's a number of scenarios. But the fact is, you lost sight of yourself. You lost sight of it. Some of you are in bad situations too, with people you once maybe had at one time a beautiful relationship with, but it's just not the same because the change has been so great. You just didn't notice because these bills, these jobs, kids, all this stuff takes over. You can get drowned by it, weighted down by it, and you don't stop. You don't stop to think for a second, like, okay, where I'm at in life right now. How do I feel about this, or you, or me, or anything? You don't get those chances. And when you do finally get 5 minutes, you're 43 or you're 53, maybe even older. It's time to start a courtship with yourself. Bring out your inner child a little bit. Laugh more. Go to comedy clubs. Go dancing. Go try going to clubs and dance to music you never thought you'd listen to. Take a dance class. Learn an instrument. Go take some pottery, a painting class. Learn how to make some candles, and then turn around and turn it into a business. Get into entrepreneurship. That's something, because that's not for the faint of heart. It will always challenge you, spiritually, especially, and you'll forever be learning. Freedom. Oh, but it says pleasure. Soon as I say that. It's a loss of, that light-hearted, childlike spirit in all of us. It's getting too serious. Allowing the mundane, day-to-day things and the bills to take you away from enjoying your children, or your loved ones, your lover, your friends, and yourself. Let go. Stop trying to control things. You can't. Try as you may, you can't. And you're just going to kill yourself with stress trying to do it. Go on a little road of self-discovery. Go on a trip. Plant a garden. Do you know how satisfying that is to plant a little garden? Watch it grow every day. Your hands on the soil. How meditative and creative that experience is. Or just cooking. Being in your kitchen. How creative and meditative that is. The aromatics. When you use the different herbs and spices, it fills up your whole house. Play some music in the back. Open your front door. Let the fresh air in, along with the sunlight. Those moments, those quality, beautiful moments, are what we should strive for, right? To what we live for. Those simple moments that don't cost anything at all, except for when you bought your dinner. Transformation. You see the butterflies? You might find yourself seeing that the archetype of the monarch, that symbol. Pleasure. It means to be free, to be happy, to be you, without all the perfectionism, without all the control, without all the stress and the monkey mind. Yapping. The reptilian brain keeping you up at night. Use your wisdom, gain more wisdom. Like I said, it's higher learning. Might be time to go back to school. Take a sabbatical. Let's get one more theme card from here and go to another deck. Tiki says, Katrina and Tiki. Katrina says, might be a silly question, but what are ways to try to get to know our guides? I would say, since as long as I can remember, I talked to God. I prayed, whether that was just walking through the park or when I was on a swing. While I was grocery shopping, pushing my cart through in my head. It's a conversation you have. When I'm doing my makeup, there's one. And when you're in the quiet, you can almost hear the answer inside, the response. That's all it is. There's nothing more you need to do. Tiki says, not a silly question, no such thing. I got quite a place. I first started to use blindfold. Self-love is very important. Take your power. Start doing what you love. Set a time, an hour a day. Yeah, it is. People are either narcissistic or they hate themselves. And if they don't outright hate themselves, they love others more because they neglect themselves. And it's sad because a lot of us, when we were younger, who may have been neglected emotionally or in other ways, we do the same thing as we grow up. We place others on a pedestal. We place another's emotional things as being more important than our own. Therefore, we don't know how to self-soothe. We don't know how to take care of ourselves in the way that we need it to really nourish ourselves. And we just were unhappy. We're not fulfilled, and time is going by, and it's going by faster and faster. And we haven't accomplished anything we'd always had our heart's desire for. We had our heart set on so many things, and we have yet to do them because we've been so caught up with people's drama, been in abusive relationships, been too scared. It's sad. We got to find the courage. We got to find courage to live life. You really do. If you want anything, you can't. It's never going to be handed to you. No one's ever going to give it to you. And they're not even going to know what to give you. Only you know. Only you do. You and God. Because you were known in the very womb. But nobody else is going to know. They're not going to be able to make you happy. Not like that. And so you owe it to yourself to take care of yourself, to build a foundation for yourself in that way. Court yourself, like I said. Build a relationship with yourself. And that includes having communication with spirit. A living, breathing relationship and communication. One that builds you up. You know, you want to live a life that sets an example so that you can lead others to live a life that is quality, that's full of beauty, that gives them the courage. A lot of people just wait around looking for permission. You know, people are so easily, they really are easily led, and you know, they wait for somebody else to make a move. It's like being at a club on the dance floor. It'll be empty until that first person goes out there, and then everybody else then feels it's okay to go out as well. It's that same kind of thing. Or, you know, when somebody needs to be voiced and said, like at a job, say there's a manager that's taking advantage of everyone. No one's going to step up until that first person does, gets up and says something. Then everybody else gets the courage to get out and get up and open their mouths and speak. But you're going to have to find it in you, and you have to be strong to get out of your comfort zone and be really bold. Really bold. Make the decision. Really live. Live. I mean, life is short. It really is. It goes by so fast. My son is a grown man. I can't believe that he's grown up like this. And half of my life is over. It's so full of things that I wish I could have done better, but I'm not going to sit around and waste my time on that anymore. Going back and I don't want to have resentments, and I want to go forward like we all should. Move forward. Make choices that are going to be right for you the first time. Choose the right person to love. Don't choose these people that do nothing but bring harm and mean nothing but harm, that use you, that devalue you. You can't do this anymore. It's time, if you really want the life you say you want. I mean, Spirit is saying, okay, you either do it now or forever hold your peace. Shut up. You either do it now, shut up, or put up. Because they've been trying to point it out forever. And some of you, on some days, you'll have the courage and you'll get yourself amped up and you're ready to go and you're motivated, but then you pull back. You gotta spread your wings, baby. Set yourself free. Okay. Set yourself free. Go get your abundance. There's a couple of you that have started something, all right? And by the time fall rolls around, you'll be ready to go. You'll be in harvest mode. Other than that, this is what Spirit wants you to know. That simple, beautiful life, beauty, and your wisdom, doing things that make you happy and bring pleasure to you in your life, right? Staying away from anything or anyone that brings darkness to your world, okay? Really discern before you make any choice going forward about making these changes that need to be made. Really discern what that looks like. Know what you're getting into. All right? You're going to find yourself getting inspired, and you're going to be getting a lot of downloads over the next week. A lot of intuitions. A lot of ideas are going to be coming to you. You're going to feel motivated to do certain things. I'll go on to the next deck. Yeah, I mean, because we've got the Leo full moon. And this Leo full moon is an intense one. It's wrapping up a really long year, a crazy year. It's just simply exhausted us. I think some of us have probably felt like we've aged 5 in that time. It's Spirit wants us to understand that you don't always want what you think it is that you want. And to really take this time to search your heart and be very, very critical about what's in front of you and what it comes up. Make sure you know for a fact before you make any decisions or non-decisions about what that looks like. Because there's some of you that say you want things that I think if it started happening, I don't know if you'd be ready for it. Or it might not look the way you thought it did. And sometimes spirits know is a protection. Spares you from the heartbreak, and the real disappointment, so that you can be placed in somewhere that is better suited to you, where you'll be acknowledged for what you have to offer there. We'll go to the wisdom of the oracle. Hi, Shay. No, Shay, I'm doing a collective read. Um, I have personal readings. Look up at the top, and you'll see which ones those are. But right now, I had a message that I wanted to get out. I never get on this early, but it's like somebody out there needed to hear this. But generally, Spirit has a way of sending the right people. Everyone, every one of us have very similar birth charts. We resonate very close to each other. So the one message, even though it's general, it's less general than if it were an astro reading, right? Because this is relevant to us in the room. And Spirit has a way of sending the people that need to hear something exactly where they need to be. So there's definitely something for you to take away, for sure. Yeah, I'll be on later tonight, and then we'll do the free oracles. That takes a long time. I usually will be on 3, 4, 5 hours. I'll get through everyone, and then we do all the free readings. Tiki says, beautiful card. Yes, they are. I have a brand new deck. So when this baby channel gets to its 1,000, I'm going to send the winner of the deck with a little gift. It's in the box, in the plastic, ready to go. The hashtag inspired intuition, and that's it. Yeah. Right, we're astro twins. And there's a few others too. that are like that in our group. I left you a message on here for you as well. Go back and read it when you want. Oh, you did? Okay, I will. Yeah, I feel something big coming too. And I feel like, I don't know, we need to get our spirit straight. You know, if we died tomorrow, where would we be? Spiritually speaking. You know, if something came and all of us at once were in danger, let's say something dangerous came along, where would we be? Because everybody's divided. People aren't showing love for one another. It's like the hatred's ramping up, and they allow people to manipulate that. People need to check their spirit. They really need to be searching and evaluate their hearts. Find out what's in there. You know, who's really your friend. I know a lot of people say that they are, but who really is your friend? It is. It's 5:08 over here. Seattle time. Super early in the morning. Right. Yeah, it's like design a beautiful life. Start living. There's so much beauty out there, you guys. There's so much in this world that you, you'll never get to see in your all your 60 or your 70 or your 80 years. There is beauty everywhere. There is so much available to you, and we tend to stay in these tiny little spots on our corner of the planet, and we don't broaden our minds. We don't broaden our horizons. We don't try new things because of fear. We don't, our perceptions are limited. Broaden your perception, broaden who you think yourself to be, and ask yourself why you believe in the things you do, why you've been in a certain relationship for so long, and ask yourself what you think love is. And does your life reflect that? Do you reflect that? Do you actually have those values, and do you act them out every day? We need to look beyond the surface of things and not listen to all these voices that are coming at us from every which way. Learn to start listening to your heart, and practice listening to your own intuitive guidance. We have that inner guidance system for a reason. It's a built-in system. It's a built-in system in a body temple. The temple isn't necessarily a church. The temple is here. We are the body, right? The people together, when they come together in love, makes the greater body. Right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Blessed. We got another 22. Okay, this is the second card of 22. We've been getting 4s and 2s and 22s. 22. If you get a chance, after this, look up the number 22. It's numerological meaning, and it's angel number meaning. You are blessed. You are very blessed. Every day, you could count up to 10 blessings in your life. The Spirit wants us to begin having gratitude, having deep appreciation for the things in our world. We have everything we need. We have all the tools that we need to co-create a beautiful world, a beautiful life for ourselves, for our families, for others. And there's really no limit. The only limits that can be placed on you are the ones that that you put on yourself, and that is it. There really are no limits. Now, there's always time. Of course, you have to be patient. Things can't come like that, but nothing ever does it? Even you, it took time to gestate in your mama's womb. When mom and dad got together, And they did the wild thing and we were born. It took time for us to grow in the womb. Anything worth anything takes time. It takes time to develop, to mold, to sprout. But you are blessed. And what's more is look out for a blessing. Look out for one. This card is a really great card. Because one, it's not only telling you that you are blessed more than you know, but it's all about the perception. It's how you see things. But what's more is that blessings are coming. But you won't be able to receive them if you can't see what you already got. If you are unable to admit to the things you have now, if you can't admit to the things you got now, how could you ever possibly ask for more? So gratitude is extremely important, and you must recognize that, or you're not going to be happy. You're never going to be happy. Never, never, never. There's always going to be a wanting. There's always going to be a needing more and consume, and you're just going to be empty, right? There won't be a whole lot to live for. You're blessed. Beyond blessed. There's something beautiful that you can be thankful for at least once in a day. One time in a day. Write it down in the morning and one time in the evening. One beautiful thing that you saw or you thought you were blessed with that day. Then you'll see those blessings will add up pretty fast. It makes me wonder. I wonder how often Spirit graces us with something beautiful and you get gifted with something. And it's like people don't even notice it. Like a sunset. There's people, I feel bad for those who are in jail, for instance, or prison. They don't get to enjoy a simple sunset or sunrise like we have the freedom to, for instance. But we take that for granted, right? We're not in an awe of it where we should be. We should be. Deep knowing. Knowing at your core that question that you want answered, that thing that you keep going over and over and over in your head, you know exactly what you need to do. You know what that answer is. It's inside of you. You have that inner GPS system. You have that little piece of God inside of you. You know that answer. You can channel the universe as much as anyone can. With practice, developing, with taking care of your body temple, it'll only get stronger and much more clear and much more obvious when you hear that voice. You're not taught to do that. You aren't being taught to be disciplined at that. Happy. Just be happy. This is kind of repeating what we saw in the Queen deck, right? With the pleasure card. I wonder if it's up here at the top. We had blessed and happy, happy. That's, to me, is a very similar message to the abundance card that we got and pleasure. So it looks like Spirit wants to drive that home. If you want to be happy, it starts in here. Because if your lens is off, if you're looking at things with a dirty lens, or you're just far removed and you're cut off from the beauties in life, you'll never be happy. You're not going to see any blessings. You're not going to feel happy. But you have to let your inner child loose. That's the key. Got more butterflies here for transformation, right? The balloons for childhood or the inner child. Also, there's a blessing that is coming, and once that blessing is here, ooh, are you going to be happy? You're going to be singing a whole new tune. Josh, oh, he says, I tried walking on water and always end up taking baths. I blame the lack of salt in the water to salvage my self-esteem. Tiki, yes, everyone in the room. When you want to be happy, think positive. Joshua, keep trying, never give up, no matter how many times you try. Yeah. Yeah. It's true. You know. And as often, ooh, bottom of the deck, milk and honey. Milk and honey. $51. Milk and honey, baby. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff in life. The milk and the honey. That rainbow, the clouds, the sky. You ever just laid on a sunny spring afternoon, took a blanket and laid it out in the grass and laid there and felt the wind that would breeze over your face? It felt so nice, so cooling, so comfortable. It just felt so safe, so good. It's moments like that start treasuring, you know, going fishing with grandpa or with dad, good old dad, baking a cake with your niece or your little daughter, you know, going out and getting your feet nails done with your aunt or your grandmother, taking your mom out for mimosas and breakfast. Those are the little riches. I don't even think many people do those things anymore. There's few. Because there's such a preoccupation with the bills and the money and the stress, the fighting and the addictions and the crap, just everything that goes on, you lose sight. Let's get another card, one last one from here. Beautiful things are coming, but it's going to take time. It's going to take you recognizing who you are and what are you grateful for. Who are you and what are you grateful for? There's something in your life that you really, really want. Why do you really, really want that? What's it going to do for you? Do you know your why? What is your why? One last one from the stack. What a beautiful owl. Wow. Oh, and just breathe. It's okay. Just breathe. You see it? You don't have to see the word. To breathe. It's okay. You don't need to have it all figured out tomorrow, not even this week, or even this year. Just take it one day at a time. Do what's going to give you the most quality, most beautiful, most peaceful day possible. Always going for those goals, achieving those things, loving those people that are in your lives, in your world, but do it one day at a time. You want to take it all in. Let it soak in. Digest it. Really, really appreciate the life you have. You know? I've been on a while now already. We're almost done. Better get off here in a second. Blessed. Look at these. Milk and honey. Happy, and blessed. This is what's coming in. This is what's trying to come in for you. But you have to allow it. You have to allow. And that takes acceptance. That takes openness. That takes not just acceptance, but radical acceptance. That takes surrendering completely to God, to the divine, to life. Okay? Fork in the road, not surprising. It's like I was saying at the start, there's all this back and forth, right when you think you have it down, you really don't. That's why I said, do you really know who you are? Do you really know yourself? It might be time to re-examine why you want that thing, or why you want that woman, or why you want that guy, or why you want to move. What it is you really want. How well do you know yourself? How well do you really know yourself? It's time for a little quest, a journey of self-discovery to find out all those little things. It's like, when you're first in a relationship and you're courting someone, you're going on dates, you're slowly getting to know all these little fun things about them. It gets you excited. You might surprise yourself. Really surprise yourself. Okay, let's see what crystal is going to be best for you. This is beautiful. Boy, these things are accurate. Okay. Without wind, there is no win for someone, right? Joshua Benjamin, you were supposed to slay the dragon, charred bones of last night all fall over. And look at how it worked out for him. Okay. Spirit, our last card. Look how beautiful that piece of citrine. And the bottom is Dragonic quartz. Citrine is all about joy, right? The sacral. Happiness, joy. How it glows. Read it to you. Citrine. Abundance. Okay. Here's what it reads. Now listen up. It says, a stone of joy and abundance. Citrine helps you to interact creatively with the world, and it promotes inner calm. You spend too much time worrying about home, family, and finances. That's the theme of this entire time, before I even started reading the cards. It says, oh man, that's funny. Remember, you are an abundant being who manifests what you need. You are an innocent, wise child who yearns to play. There again, we were talking earlier about being too serious. And having spirit in your life doesn't mean having all this over seriousness. It doesn't need to be like that at all. It says, joyful play creates a wonderful world. Be grateful. Be grateful, for you are blessed. Oh my God. Do you hear how this is literally, and these cards are so beautiful because they do this every time. I'll do a reading and they'll wrap it up like it's covering all the points of the last 2 hours. Crazy. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, it shows how good I am. I am. Be grateful, for you are blessed. Accept constructive criticism. Become emotionally balanced and let feelings flow naturally. The divination is take time for joyful play, right? We saw happy, happy, milk and honey. We saw blessed. Yeah. Talking about being grateful. Abundance all around you. You attract success and prosperity. Stop worrying, be optimistic, and for God's sake, allow life to happen. Trust your intuitions and perceptions. Consult the wise child within. Your thoughts on the bigger picture are correct. If there is a family discord, harmony is restored through praise. True abundance comes from within. If you nurture your desires, you will bring joy to your wise child self. That is citrine. And it says, the frequency is high. It cleanses, activates, and re-energizes all. The timing is Aries, Gemini, Libra, and Leo. So think Leo moon, right? We're going into this Leo moon. Citrine is a beautiful, perfect stone for Leo. Embodying abundance is the soul path for this crystal. Embodying it. What does that look like? To embody abundance. You're welcome, Katrina. Janie says, so true. I'm a wise child who likes to play. Yeah, of course you are. All of you that are in this group are, I bet you were very much that wise child and still are. But it's time to, lighten up a little bit. Remember the beautiful blessings you have in your world, in your life right now. And appreciate it. Take time to appreciate those in your life right now. If we can't be happy with a little, we won't be happy with a lot. We'll never be blessed with more. And we want to be blessed with more. Don't we? Lebo, oh my God. You are really psychic. Can I ask something? Sure. Well, I'm not answering, I'm not doing personal questions live or anything at the moment. I had this feeling I need to come on and leave a message about gratitude and not forgetting where you're at in your life, how important the people are, how important beauty all around us is, because we fail to acknowledge it or to remember to appreciate it. And to remind everyone that we're blessed. We're blessed. I put all my links, it's up above in the description box. So if you do want a reading, you can get a 2-card that's like $5. There's a Celtic Cross reading. There's a smaller one and a larger one. You can get one there's 2 on there. You can look, and I can do them pre-recorded and send you the link, right? It's on by audio. You can hear it by podcast. But tonight I'm not doing or this morning it wasn't about doing a bunch of free readings. I'm going to do them later tonight. It was about getting out that message for the morning, for the day. Yes, they do. It's the animals, you know, those are beautiful things. I love animals. Just watching a little squirrel run around and run up the tree, you know, it cracks me up. And it really, like when I'm going, let's say I'm going to catch a train and I run into the little squirrels, and I run into a little dog on his leash taking his walk in the morning. Those little tiny moments make me happy. Having my little kitty, she was just here a minute ago, but she stepped off. Just having her lie in bed next to me while I relax and read or kick back and, watch some of my favorite documentaries or my podcasts. Those are some of the most precious and warm and enjoyable moments for me. It's amazing they handle this way better than I. We just got new bird feeders, something before kids I wouldn't have done. Yeah. Yeah, Emma Linden says, gratitude keeps me going. Take me out of frustrations, fear, self-pity. Yeah, it does. It does. It gets you out of your own head, in your own world, in your own life for a little bit, and get into something else, like when you're in service for others. It gets you out of your own way. It gets you out of your own life so you don't go crazy. To get out of ourselves and give love and service to others, really, and it not only changes it for the better for ourselves, but we learn a lot. Our lives broaden, our relationships networks expand. you know when Czech proverbs fail, I watch Ron White. Tater salad. But yeah, I wanted to come on and just put that little message out there. And it was just amazing that after spending first 20 minutes going into it and talking about it, all those very cards for those very same topics came out. And then to have the crystal card wrap it all up like it always does perfectly. I love that. All right, my loves, I love you. Thank you for spending your moment with me this morning. If you haven't already, you should definitely subscribe. I'm going to be on later tonight, and then we're going to do the free oracles. And then you'll get to choose from the 2 decks. Okay. If you want something for yourself that is personal, let me know. You can email me, spiritualbusiness@thesacredraven.coach, and I could do like like an audio podcast version of the reading, and I'll upload that and then send you the link. And you can go straight to it. You can find the information for the readings at the top. Plus, you can go to spiritualbusiness.as.me. I'll put it right here. And then you can kind of look through and see and email me. So it's HTTPS, okay? Spiritual business. Okay. My loves, I love you so much. Very much. This community came at a time in my life that I needed it more than I realized. And it makes me happy to see all the beautiful, familiar faces, to hear guys' stories, to get caught up. You know, you guys have been beautiful. You've been darling. You guys give me amazing compliments always on my readings. And they've just been getting better. Which, by the way, if you want, I would really love, if you don't mind, a couple short sentences, uh, like a little testimonial from you about me and my work and how I do my readings or coaching even. It'd be great because I want to put it on the website. I've been meaning to do that for a while. Yeah, that would be beautiful. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Try your best to, okay? Do something that inspires you. Do something that makes you feel good today. Go out and do something. Go and try a new restaurant. Go to a new coffee shop, right? To me, that's pampering myself, going and getting some gourmet Seattle coffee somewhere, trying a new restaurant, going and getting a new book or at Barnes and Noble or a new deck. It's those little things, getting the stuff for the salt baths. I love that stuff. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. You deserve it. You do. I love you guys all, and I'll see you tonight. All right? Mwah. See you later.